Hi everyone, Alchemist here. First of all, I would like to thank you very much for your subscriptions, for your likes, for your comments. It truly means a lot to me. You guys are wonderful. I appreciate your support. And today is a tarot reading for you about what's coming in August. What's coming in the energy of August? Is there anything that you need to know? Is there anything that you need to adjust? I'm going to use this tarot deck, this beautiful tarot deck, to channel the message for you for August. And remember that I offer private readings. You can find them at thyself.com or link in the description box below. Let's get right to it. What does Spirit has for you? What's coming to you in August? Rachmis ifes ikrazun shiklar mekas kifen khan kares shuntras kif eres mechen zantros mileket itach os karefen gundachen isseresh kosmiren zach ikref elereken. Let's see, what do we have here? All right, so in August, these are the three cards that I got here. We have the King of Cups upright, we have the Princess of Wands upright, and then we have the Princess of Cups reversed. The energy here that I'm sensing from August is that two cards that depict cups. We have the King of Cups and the Princess of Cups. August is going to be a month for you where you're going to feel different emotions, different experiences, and I see a lot happening here. On one hand, you feel like you're going to embrace your power. You're going to be the King of Cups. You're going to be the Princess of Wands. So you're going to connect to the water element, to the fire element. You're going to understand this new side of yourself that you didn't know before. But at the same time, you're not going to be feeling at your highest sometimes, which is represented by the Princess of Cups here. Sometimes you're going to start doubting yourself. You're going to start feeling like maybe what you're doing is wrong. Maybe you're not on top of everything. So it's like these mixed feelings, these mixed emotions that I'm sensing from the energy of August. Like you're going to feel powerful, you're going to feel that you're connected to Spirit and that you're doing what you're meant to do, that you're aligned, that you're working on yourself and on your mission. But at the same time, sometimes you're going to feel like you're not doing the right thing and you're kind of not being on the right path. So it's kind of a weird energy, but let's pick a couple more cards and just to clarify. Okay, we have the Hermit, Major Arcana. That's the first thing I picked. What else do we have? Interesting. And the Chariot at the bottom of the deck. I'm going to include it. Chariot at the bottom, but I'm going to show you the three cards that came up here. So we have Hermit, we have the Four of Swords, and the Five of Swords. So the energy is quite, with the Chariot, the energy is quite, it's murky. It's not, it doesn't feel like the best energy. And I'm sorry I have to say this, but I'm just channeling Spirit. Sometimes I have to say the positive things, and sometimes I have to say the things that are also not positive. But the energy here is not very positive. It just feels like you're tired, you're drained. You're just Spirit is telling you you need to hermit. You just need to hermit. Yes, in August, the month where people travel, where people go on vacation, where people spend time going out and being distracted and doing things and spending money. And it's the month that represents summer in many parts of the world. But Spirit is saying you need to hermit because you're going to feel drained, you're going to feel tired, you're going to feel exhausted. It could be because of you being distracted all the time, you doing these non-stop summer activities with your friends or families or with your partner or whatever. It could be because of that. But what I'm sensing here, it doesn't have to do with the summer. This is something internal. This is something that comes from here, from within you, that you still need to figure out, and you haven't figured it out. And because you haven't figured it out, it could be your purpose, it could be your gifts and abilities, it could be how to connect to your guardians or spirits, it could be how to connect to the realm of spirit. You haven't figured that out. And that's why you feel defeated. You feel like you're just not satisfied with how things are in your life. Hermiting is going to help. Hermiting is going to help you emotionally, and it's going to also help you figure out a way how to get out of this situation, how to get out of this drama, this confusion, this just headache that you're consistently having. And then the bottom of the decks, the Spirit gave us a little suggestion here. Thank you, dear Spirit. Gave us a little suggestion here by showing the Chariot card. So Spirit, and what I heard when I picked that is that the solution for this is to move on. Move on, as in which sense? To move on from what you're doing, to move on from the place you are, to relocate, to not do the same things you've been doing up until now. Move on, move forward, leave that stuff behind. All the places, the people, the situations, everything, the habits that were putting you in this, everything you've been doing up until now that have been putting you in this confusion, in this dramatic situation that you're in. One way to get rid of it is to hermit, pause, hermit, and then move on. Just, I'm hearing Spirit saying, run away, go, just leave it behind. Leave it behind. It could be changing jobs, it could be moving to a different place, or changing cities, or not talking to those friends anymore, or cutting ties with some family members, or the people who used to call themselves best friends, they're not your best friends and they're dragging you down and you're not supposed to talk to them anymore, or that favorite coffee shop that you used to go to, or gym, or whichever location, you're not supposed to go there anymore because that place has a negative frequency and it always drains you, so you're not supposed to go there anymore, even though you like it there. But it turns out that that's what's making you feel out of whack. Move on. What does the Chariot do? It makes you move forward. When you ride on it, everything that's in the past stays in the past. Everything that's behind stays behind. It doesn't come forward with you. That's what you need to do to get out of this madness. And I sense this as a really collective energy that's happening right now. It's something weird. I sense that a lot of you, probably a lot of you who are going to be watching this reading, I don't feel this usually with my readings because there's 8 billion people on the planet, and all the few thousands that watch these readings, sometimes they resonate, sometimes they don't, because they're not private readings. But for this reading, for the people who are going to watch, for the collective, I do feel there's a lot of people are in this confusing, dramatic situation. Like, a lot of people are feeling this nowadays. I can't explain why, but I sense that it's happening to a lot of people around the world. So this is definitely one way to get out of this, is to move forward. Just leave everything behind, as crazy as it sounds. Sometimes we don't have to fix things. Sometimes we don't need to just go into the nitty-gritty of everything and just go and call this person and call here and call there and say, why did you do this? Why did you tell me this? Why did you tell me that? Those minutiae are what creates complications and overthinking and things that you don't need in your life. Life is supposed to be simple. It's supposed to be peaceful. It's supposed to be happy. It's supposed to be content. If anything becomes overcomplicated and you see that you need to do so much to solve one small problem, it means that you need to leave it behind. It means that, yes, sometimes you can just move forward and not hang out with those people anymore. As simple as it sounds. And if they want to label you crazy, if they want to talk behind your back, if they want to say that you're not a good person and look what you're doing, let them say that. It's okay. That doesn't affect you. Let's pull a couple more cards. Sondrech izelek mif amores sich karon de keleremes ifaten sommakash ifachen moon card. It's time. It's time to embrace your darkness, to embrace your fears, and to understand what your power is all about. How do you do it? You move forward. How do you do it? You hermit. You hermit, you move forward. 3 major arcanas, by the way, that came up here for you. So hermit, move forward and embrace your darkness. Go through the pillars of initiations, the pillars of the Temple of Solomon. Go through this path which will lead you to the moon. Even though it does look like the sun here, this is the moon card, but it looks like the sun. But it could be the sun at the same time, because who knows? So this is your time to move forward. And again, here I'm talking about the chariot. This chariot, you ride in this beautiful chariot, is going to help you go through this path that will lead you to this beautiful moon. And this moon represents your inner soul, who you are, the temple within you, and everything that makes you who you truly are. This is part of your alchemical transformation, because you're getting rid of all those layers that don't serve you anymore. This correlates with the Negredo stage, the blackening stage, where you are supposed to face everything that's not who you are and get rid of it. All of the concepts, the ideas, the indoctrinations, the belief systems, all of these things that are not who you are, that you learn from someone else in your life, through family, through society, you need to get rid of them. Every time you hear someone talking about country, culture, race, skin color, wars, conflicts, politics, all of that crap that takes you away from spirit, that makes you more and more and more dense in this filthy physical reality. Physical reality can be beautiful, but when you start delving into that filthy side of it, you completely disconnect from spirit. And that's when you start craving meats. That's when you start craving the very dense physical things. That's when you start becoming obsessed with money. That's when you start becoming obsessed with sex. That's when you start becoming obsessed with everything that's just dense and physical. And you lose the balance between the physicality, the physical realm, and the spirit realm, because you always have to have a certain equilibrium, as above, so below. Always keep it that balance. Keep the connection with spirit, but keep the connection to the physical realm. But the more you put yourself into these belief systems that were imposed on you since you were young, the more you are in them, the less you are going to be connecting to spirit, the farther you will be from spirit. So you have to pinpoint these elements that are not you. They don't represent you, and you have to leave them behind. See, every time I hear humans talking about, oh, this is my race, this is my culture, this is my, I know there's probably 0.2% of humans who think like that, but I just start nodding my head like this, as in like, what a disappointment of a race that still think that they are different from each other, that one color is different from the other color, that one culture is not the same as the other culture, that, oh, you look like this and I look like that, you come from there, I come from there, therefore you are this and I am that, and you are that, and he is that, and she is that. No. That's why I never reveal my background or where I'm from, because it's a load of bullshit. Because it doesn't serve anything. It doesn't serve you anything to tell you my background, and it doesn't serve me anything to tell my background. I will one day write it in my autobiography or in a book that I will write in the future. I will put it there, and just to give you an idea about how I started my life. But I don't go around saying, oh, I'm from here, I'm from there, this is my background, this is my culture, this is... The point is to learn from all cultures. The point is to realize that all cultures, that all people, that all languages, that you're on one thing, this thing, that the concept of country, of land, it's something created by humans. Land and country is not supposed to belong to anyone. It belongs to Earth. And we are like parasites on Earth. We're like viruses on Earth. You know, these parasites, these ticks, when they get attached to the dog or to like animals, and the animals have to get rid of them. We're like that for Earth. Have you ever thought about that? Earth doesn't belong to us. We happen to be on it. And when it's gonna get tired of us one day, a second flood of Atlantis is gonna happen. The other day, I was walking by and I was seeing this construction happening in the streets with these huge vehicles and bulldozers and these drillers, and they're drilling earth. And there's this huge vehicle that has this like pole, this metallic pole. It's probably made from iron, and it is like 10 feet tall, and they're using it. The vehicle was using it to drill earth. And seeing that, I felt so angry, so upset, so irritated. I felt anger to see like a 10 feet tall pole of metal being drilled inside of earth. Not just one time, it's just drilling over and over and over, and it's like harming earth. Imagine someone taking a needle or a stick of like, let's say just 3 inches, and sticking it in your body over and over and over and over and over, and inserting it all the way inside and putting out, and again and again. How would you feel? How would you feel? And we think that Earth doesn't feel that. We think that Earth, the mother, we think that she's not alive. We think that we can do anything we want to her. But you know what? She's patient. She's very patient. And one day, she's not going to be patient anymore. She's not. One day is going to come and she's going to say enough is enough. And she's going to wash everything away that's on her back, because we're living on her back. So remember that having that connection between spirit and between the physical reality is essential for your growth, for your path, for realizing who you are, for understanding why you're here. Don't be involved in the concepts, in these dense concepts. They're toxic, they're destructive, they keep you away from spirit. And unfortunately, that's what the internet is full of. That's what social media is. You turn on social media on your phone or the internet, that's the only thing that everyone is talking about. My country is this, my culture is this, my background is this, my skin color is this. These are things created by humans. Humans created this, remember that. And we are here to overcome that, to go beyond that, to ascend, to understand that we are all one race living on this beautiful thing called Earth. That's all there is to it. No more, no less. That's all there is to it. Land shouldn't belong to something or to a country. Countries and flags, it's a load of it's just, that's such a horrible thing. Because of that, millions and millions of souls have perished and died. Hundreds and thousands of wars have happened in the past. Many empires and kingdoms were colonizing other people just because of a flag, because of like the amount of atrocities that have happened because of flags, because of culture, because of, and I know a lot of people are not going to agree even in this reading, and I don't care. I never ever try to prove something throughout all of my readings, throughout all of everything I share. It's not to prove something. I don't give a crap about proving something. I'm not here. I didn't come to Earth to prove something to anyone. But I'm here to share what I think. And if you disagree with it, disagree with it. I don't care. Go and protect your culture, protect your flag, protect I'm this, I'm that, this is who I. Go be that. Go be it. But I'm talking to the people who are aware and opened enough, who are aware enough, who are awakened enough to understand what I'm talking about. Those are the people I'm talking to. And there's very, very few of them. So keep in mind that, because there's a lot of people who are going to claim that they're connected to spirit and that I'm spirit and spirit this and spirit that. But the moment you start talking about earthly stuff, you're going to see a different side of them. And they're going to start talking about, oh, my culture is this and my background and I'm from here and my culture is the best. You're a human being. Doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter. And this is coming from a guy who is from a place that has one of the richest cultures in the world. And I could literally brag about it everywhere I go. And I could even create a YouTube channel just about that culture and that background. I come from one of those places, but I will never put it in my work because it's not who I am. Because I didn't come here to promote that. I came here to promote something for all of humanity. Something that will benefit everyone. Something that's for the collective, like this reading. That's even why my DNA is like a cocktail of different things that don't make any sense. When I did the test of DNA like long time ago, and I was surprised by the results. It just didn't make sense. Like it was, every bit was from somewhere. So please remember that we're all here to understand that connecting to spirit, connecting to that source, is all about shedding the layers that don't make you who you are. And those layers are the physical things that you've been taught since you were young about identity, flag, nationality, land. And again, this is on a macro perspective. From a micro perspective, it's going to be your friends, your family, the people around you, the locations you go to, your habits. What do you do? How do you spend your days? What do you do? What do you eat? What do you ingest in your body? So you have to consider all of these elements. Last card, another major arcana, the Fool. After the Moon, we have the Fool. Spirit is telling you, you came here to be the Fool. You know what this Fool here represents? Freedom. Freedom. Free. You represent your soul through this human body. When you're in a soul form, you're free. You're a free soul. You're supposed to be that as a human as well. That's why the Fool don't have a lot of material things. That's how much stuff he carries with him or with her. That's it. Look at this pose. Look how free this figure is. Look how free. That's what you're supposed to be. So shed these things, these heavy, like things that are on your shoulders that don't serve anything. They're like stupid, empty concepts that don't serve anything whatsoever. Leave them behind. Erase them from your soul. Erase them from your memory even, if you can. And be free like the Fool. Have a nice companion. Have a nice pet, like a dog or a cat or any kind of pet. Treat them well. Treat them very well. Don't treat them like a pet. Treat them like a friend. Take care of them, give them food, talk to them, respect them. Don't irritate them. Like what you see nowadays, there's social media accounts that have people just irritating their pets and making fun of them. I'm like, what kind of world are we living in? Like, I don't understand. How can you be okay irritating your own pet and laughing at that? Like, how does that even make sense in a sane mind? So please, you're meant to be the Fool. Be the Fool. Be like spirit. Follow the air. Leave these toxic things, leave these lower frequencies behind. Leave them behind. They're not who you are. Eat healthy. Go get yourself some healthy drinks, some delicious fruits or some juice, natural juice that's freshly squeezed, and dress up in a way that makes you feel free. Don't wear tight clothing. Wear something that's airy, like a nice dress or a nice shirt that's airy. So when you go outside, the wind can go through, so you can feel the wind. So you can feel spirit, because the wind is air and air is spirit. Stop wearing tight stuff that makes you like humans. They're not only dense in this reality, but they want to make themselves even more dense by just kind of like being so always like in jails and in boxes. And liberate yourself. Liberate yourself. It's time to just become free. And remember that sometimes happen by just leaving things behind. So ride your chariot, leave everything behind, and you will be free. And that's what I have for you. That's the energy of August. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope this helps. Let me know if the reading resonates, and I'll see you in the next video. Zin karosh is I shoch.